Tropes in paranormal romance. Paranormal romance thrives on tension, magic, and emotion, but what really keeps listeners hooked are the tropes. Tropes are the emotional anchors of this genre, shaping how tension builds, how characters collide, and how stories become addictive. In this guide, we unpack the storytelling foundations that make supernatural romance truly unforgettable. Fated mates. This is the backbone of many werewolf and vampire romances, two souls destined to be together. But what makes it interesting is the resistance one partner may fight it or deny it, leading to angst and tension when the timing is wrong or when the bond is hidden because of pack politics. The mate bond often carries physical or emotional consequences when ignored. Even though the characters are meant to be together, they still have to fight to earn it. Enemies to lovers. Two people on opposite sides, a vampire and a hunter, rival alphas or cursed bloodlines, forced to cooperate against a greater threat. What begins as hostility slowly melts into respect, then something deeper. This trope shines when the characters are forced into proximity and start to see the cracks in each other's armor. They clash, resist, but are forced to work together. Interspecies Love. In a world where vampires and werewolves barely coexist or openly war, falling for someone of another kind, including humans, is the ultimate taboo. Whether it's a vampire craving a wolf's wild heart, or the werewolf who falls for a fragile human, or the human who survives a bite and finds themselves torn between two worlds, these romances burn with tension, danger, and forbidden desire. This trope explores loyalty versus love, instinct versus choice, and what happens when the heart defies centuries of hate. Dark, brooding male lead. He's haunted, dangerous, and impossible to ignore. In both werewolf and vampire romance, the male lead is a magnetic force, often powerful, emotionally guarded, and carrying a past soaked in blood, betrayal, or loss. He may be a cursed immortal, a disgraced alpha, or a reluctant protector, but always someone who keeps his emotions on a tight leash until she comes along. This trope thrives on the slow unraveling of armor to reveal the man beneath the monster. The rise of female lead. She starts powerless, often scarred by trauma, exile, or betrayal. She's the overlooked omega, the cursed fledgling, or the orphaned girl no one expected to survive, let alone lead. But beneath her quiet exterior is untapped magic, buried instincts, or bloodlines even she doesn't understand. This trope explores resilience, rage, and reclamation. Whether she's clawing her way up a hostile pack or unlocking ancient vampire gifts, her journey is one of becoming not just strong but unstoppable. Pack hierarchy and power dynamics. In this subgenre, relationships are shaped by instinct, dominance, and unspoken rules. The alpha leads with power and protection, the beta maintains order and balance, while the omega, often misunderstood, holds emotional intelligence or secret strength. These dynamics influence not just the pack's politics, but also its romances. It's a trope that explores love, loyalty, and rebellion against what's meant to be. Second chance mates. Fated love doesn't always go smoothly. Sometimes mates reject each other out of fear, pride, or pain and only realize what they lost too late. The second chance mate trope is built on regret, healing, and transformation. In werewolf stories, it's often the scorned omega who returns stronger. In vampire tales, immortals who once denied love now crave what they can no longer reach. This trope thrives on emotional stakes, past wounds, and that moment when one whispers, "It was always you." The hybrids. Born of two worlds, hybrids don't fit anywhere. They're often stronger, more volatile, or magically unstable and always feared. A vampire-werewolf hybrid may be hunted by both sides. A human-shifter hybrid might struggle with transformation. Romance in hybrid tales is intense. Whether the hybrid is the love interest or the main lead, this trope delivers internal struggle, external danger, and the thrill of being uncontainable. Love often feels like the only place they truly belong. Wolf within. This trope centers around the duality of human and wolf, where transformation is more than just physical. It's emotional, instinctual, and often dangerous. The story often explores the struggle for control, the fear of losing oneself to the beast, or the awakening of a wolf spirit that was long buried. Whether the transformation is newly discovered or forcibly triggered, these stories focus on identity, acceptance, and power. These tropes aren't just storytelling tools, they're emotional engines. Use these tropes not as formulas, but as foundations. Twist them, break them, reimagine them, but always anchor them in character, emotion, and transformation. Because in paranormal romance, what matters most is how real the feelings feel, even in the most unreal situations.